Welcome back to the studio. Today I want to show you how I finish a painting. I'm going to paint the edges black and I'll show you a couple different ways to varnish it, get it ready to sell. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to be using this Liquitex Basics gloss varnish for this one. This is fairly inexpensive, and then this is just craft paint, Acrylic's craft paint. No reason to spend a whole lot of money on this. I'm going to get some of that poured up in a bowl. This Basics varnish works really well. I usually thin it with a little bit of water. But that one bottle's about $8, and it'll do about 15 of these smaller paintings. So it's not very expensive at all. And then I like the craft paint because when it dries, it's got a little flatter, a little bit of a flat finish, which I like. And it dries fairly quickly. So this doesn't have to be an all-day process. Now these brushes, I like these foam brushes. They come in a pack. I'll use one time and then just throw it away. But because the brush is stiff, it helps me paint the edges pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is just basically paint the edges along here black so it'll look good if you hang it up without a frame. And typically when I do this myself, and I'll show you in a minute, is I just use this brush, put some paint on there, and just carefully kind of use the flat edge to make it look good. But like I said, I'll show you that in a minute, but first I want to show you kind of, I guess, the right way to do it, and that would be to use some tape. If you have more time, and especially if you're nervous about getting it, messing it up, this is really the safer way to do it. Let's get some painter's tape, and this is one of those things I say don't spend a lot of money on supplies, but the painter's tape, if you buy the cheap tape, it can do you wrong sometimes, so pay a little more for the tape, and you get what you pay for with this stuff. And really press it down. I'm going to put that on, make sure it's nice and straight, and really press it down on that front edge because you don't want your paint to go up under the edge of the tape. I'll use my fingernail and kind of push it down. And with the corners rounded like that, you really got to push it in there. The edges of it, in order to keep it from seeping under, one good trick is if you want to use your clear varnish and a regular brush. This is just a cheap, used brush that's ready to be thrown away, honestly. But I'm going to put a little water in it and in this varnish kind of thin it down a little bit, and we'll start there. I'm going to paint the edge first with the varnish, and what that'll do is it'll kind of seal the edge of that tape. So if anything seeps under there, it'll be this clear stuff, which won't be a big deal. And then I'll let that completely dry, and then we'll put the black on. I still want to brush away from the edge of the tape instead of brushing up towards it. You don't want to push the paint or the varnish under the tape if you don't have to. All right, so I'm going to dry that real quick. And we just do one edge at a time. It takes a lot longer to do it this way, but I'm just going to kind of blow dry that real quick. Now with that completely dry, I want to make sure that my tape stayed down, because when you heat that tape up, it tends to kind of peel up a little bit. So the blow dryer will make it peel up. So make sure that's stuck down really well. I'm going to take my little foam brush, put some water in it, squeeze it all out as much as possible. And this paint is already fairly thin. There's no reason to thin it. And again, I'm going to brush away from the tape edge. Even though I've got that gloss barrier there, I still want to pull away from that. The tape is great when it works, when you pull the tape off and it's nice and clean. It looks really good, but if you ever get it to where it seeps under that tape, it'll frustrate you. Because you won't know until it's dry. You've already dried it before you pull the tape off most of the time. And so then it can get ugly. I always like to go around the bottom too, so it's nice and wrapped. Somebody wants to hang this on their wall or put it on a shelf or put it in their cubicle at work or whatever. Small paintings like this, they don't always want a frame, so you just want to make it where it looks decent hanging on the wall. And then back to the blow dryer. I'm going to completely dry that edge before I pull this tape off. And a couple spots that needed to be second coated, a couple spots that were a little streaky. So one more quick coat, and then one more dry before we pull it off. So you can see the taping method is going to take a good bit longer. One side at a time. You're painting clear, drying it, painting black, drying it, second coat, dry it, all on one side before you can move along. We're going to get it completely dry, and then we'll pull that tape off. Alright, now it's dry, we can go ahead and pull this tape, pull it down away from the painted edge, and you'll see it's nice and clean, nice and crisp around the edges there. So taping takes a while, but it does produce a really good result. Now to show you the other way that I do it. Now if you're brave, and I've done a lot of these, so you know, I know what to expect. First thing I do is just kind of put some paint on. I'm not getting really close to the edge here. You can't see it real good here, but not getting really close to the painting edge right here. I'm going to do the bottom. Just kind of put some paint on, not way too much. Get the paint in place first. Then I want to make sure to make sure the side of my foam brush is flat. My bowl's moving around, but make sure it's nice and flat. There's not paint built up on the bottom. And then I'm just going to lay that brush gently on the edge and go quickly back and forth, and it'll give you a nice sharp edge right there. And now this is acrylic paint, so if it messes up, if you get it in the wrong place, you know, take a wet paper towel, wipe it off, try again. It's not going to be the end of the world. But we do this in our little art class sometimes, and people are kind of scared sometimes to try it this way. They'd rather do the tape. It's just a preference. This is much, much quicker though. Go ahead and just dry that edge. Still want to do kind of one edge at a time. Dry one, move on to the next. And I'll go a little quicker through this so you don't have to watch all that. But put the paint on, smooth the edge, dry it, on to the next side. Nothing to it. And again, it is acrylic paint. You know, if it messes up, you wipe it off. I'll just show you real quick. If you do have a mistake, you take a little paint, accidentally get a little paint on your painting. Oh no, there's paint right in the middle of the canvas. Nothing to it. Wet paper towel, wipes off. And I haven't done the varnish yet. This is just the paint. But acrylic paint dries as essentially like a plastic. And so you can wet it after it's over. It's not going to reactivate. You can wet it and wipe it off. Not going to hurt a thing. All right, so now that it is, the edges are nice. The edges are dry. I'm going to use this varnish. Again, this is the Liquitex Basics. They make a bunch of different kinds of this. It's all about the same. Make sure that your edges are good and dry so you don't pick that black paint up in your varnish. And I put a little water in this. You saw me add some water to it earlier. I like to just put it on there. Put it on pretty thick. Using a regular brush, just kind of push that around. And I'll spend some time working it down into the canvas. Make sure it gets down into the pores, into the cracks of the canvas. So I'll kind of push it around left to right, up and down, 45-degree angles. This stuff doesn't dry as quickly as the paint does. It takes a little bit longer, so it gives you a little more time to work with it. But, I use that extra paint that's on the top and go in around the edges. Now, you notice I put a nice piece of paper down on my table here so I can kind of paint on the edges and not mess my table up. Just pulling that puddled stuff. And now notice how it looks. It kind of looks glossy. It looks kind of, what would you call it, milky, kind of white. And that freaks people out sometimes the first time you're doing it because you don't want your painting to have that white cloud over it. But trust me, this stuff will dry perfectly clear. It'll be nice and clear and shiny. Now, putting it on thick like this, you will get, if you leave a lot of really heavy brush strokes, they will show. So now I'm going to kind of go back and forth gently and kind of feather those brush strokes out in one direction. I like to do, left to right and just then up and down and kind of works the extra varnish off the painting, but also works out the brush strokes. And then I have to keep going back to the edges to make sure I'm not dripping down the edges. If you do have a spot where it puddles up, where you notice you need to take a little bit of paint off or varnish off, you can take a dry paper towel and just kind of lay it on here like this. And it'll pick that right up, and then you can kind of smooth that texture out. At some point, though, you got to just kind of stop working it and let it dry. It's best to let it dry laying flat like this versus hanging on an easel because you don't want any runs and drips. With it laying flat, it'll get nice and smooth and glossy. So there we go. It's nice and glossy, so much so that it's got a glare on it in my camera here. Now here's another way that have done these before. This is a Acrylic UV protective gallery varnish. And this is about $13–14 a can, and it just, you know, spray it on. I don't like it as much because the spray kind of makes it it kind of puddles in areas and clogs. The sprayer doesn't work really well on it. It's just a basic spray can sprayer. I wish it had a better sprayer on it. All right, now with all that done, the last thing I want to do, I like to flip it over, and I'll just use a Sharpie, and I'll sign and date the back. I don't put the exact date, but usually the year at least on the back, so I can kind of keep up with when these paintings were created. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you learned something, like and subscribe, and pass this video along to somebody else. Appreciate it.